Good morning, once again, aloha, good afternoon, good evening to all you multidimensional friends, time travelers, aliens, humans alike. Welcome back. This is Wolf. You're tuned into another exciting, inspirational opportunity for us to be able to come together, to be able to practice our morning routine, or again, if you're in Australia, bonus points to you to be able to practice this at any point in the day. That's fine with me. Practice this in your sleep, practice this in your dream time. That's cool. If honestly, if anybody here starts like dreaming about doing this in your sleep, let me know. Like, just kind of like taking it to a whole nother dimension right off the start. Seriously, like, pro tip, and this actually goes right in hand with talking about dream exploration and dream class and what we're going to be talking about in tomorrow's broadcast for Paradigm Shift Dream Class. If you get the chance and you become lucid in a dream, practice doing a mantra. Practice like doing like a sound vibration frequency in your dream. Like there's something super epic that can happen when you do this. Like, it will just allow you to traverse time and space and dimensions and all sorts of stuff. I mean, I'm not saying I know all the answers, but next time you get the chance, if you're lucid in a dream, feel free to practice like sitting down and doing a mantra, and that will like take you to a whole nother level. So awesome. All right, let me just make sure things are relatively stable. Don't need to put you guys through any earthquake tests too early in the morning. So thank you again, everyone, for watching this. For those of you watching this in the future, for those of you watching this on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Yes, that's right. We're on Twitch, twitch.tv/Paradigm Shift Central. I mostly keep that open just so the trolls can join, just so they can like accidentally see what we're doing and maybe tune in just by happenstance. So thank you to everyone wherever you are. Reminder, if you're listening to this on Facebook, there is the possibility that the feed could crash at any second. So please feel free to jump over to Instagram or to YouTube to be able to make sure that you're getting the stable feed. And let me just make sure that things are there. Okay, cool, sweet. We good? Awesome. You guys good? All right, cool. Awesome. So here we go. Being able to just like get into our body, get into our routine. I'll explain a little bit about what we're going to be doing in this practice for today. It's a Wednesday. Obviously. And if you're not familiar, if this is like your first week doing Waking Up with Wolf, stay tuned, because I'll give you a little bit more insight as to what to be able to expect from the broadcast for Wednesday, because what we do with Wednesday is very important. We practice on a lot of like self-love and body image and body love as well, so we'll get into that into the next little moment. So before we do that, though, I just want to be able to invite you to begin massaging your body. I still feel like I'm crooked on the Instagram. There, is that better? Is that better? Are you good? Okay, cool. All right, so just begin massaging your body, massaging your limbs, getting deep into your tissue, starting off with your legs, even going back into your thighs, even the front of your shins, if you're sitting down, if you're standing up. Just beginning to bring movement into your body. Again, you know, like, your body has an intelligence, and if you're just able to listen to it, there's powerful ways in which you can just allow yourself to give it exactly what it needs. So even just using your thumbs, or honestly, you can even like use your elbows, or you can even use your knees to massage the back of your arms, any sort of like hard point that you have. Again, if you do have like a massage wand, which is like one of the items that I have available, you can use that to get into like deep tissue as well. So just take that, and we'll just do that just for the next few moments. And as we're doing this, I want to be able to invite you, once you're just like done with your stretches, what you're going to want to get today is an object of some sort and a stick of some sort. What is this? So here's my object today. What is this? Do you know what this object is? If you said pine cone, you're correct. Yay! So this is a pine cone, obviously, and this is a magic stick. Clearly, it's very magical. And we're going to be using this once we get standing up and getting into a bit of our flow practice routine. Again, I'm basically asking you to grab any sort of ball type object. It can be a pine cone, it can be a tennis ball, it can be whatever you want to be able to use to practice doing some flow. And again, the stick is actually going to be used as kind of like your sword, your lightsaber, and we're going to be doing some like spinning stuff in the next little moment once we do that, once we get standing up. So just massage yourself a little bit more. Thank you again, everyone. For those of you on YouTube, just side note, I don't see the comments right away, but I do always read them afterwards. So if you're leaving comments, and note, I will be sure to read them afterwards. So again, let's just give ourselves a little bit more massage. Let's just drop into this space. If you just want to even just close your eyes while you're giving yourself a massage, really just focusing on self-love. Really just like seeing yourself as the beloved. Imagine you're giving yourself a massage as if you are your romantic partner, or even just a good platonic friend who you really, really care about, and really just give yourself the attention. Like really do that. Give yourself the gift of your attention right now. So maybe you notice like your traps are sore, your shoulders are sore, maybe your pulmonaries are a little tight. Massage those where need be. Maybe you even just want to like give yourself kind of like a hug massage as you massage the back of your shoulders. So like even do that, reaching around with your arms and really just getting in with your fingers in the back of your shoulder blades. Oh, even just like up in the rib cage, underneath the ribs. And let's just bring it in with a little bit of tapping in the face. Again, for those of you who aren't familiar, when you do the face tapping, this can be really, really beneficial. Not only for the fact that you're like activating the meridians and activating like the energy points, but what you want to do here is you actually want to be able to do the face tapping while consciously programming yourself. This is known as the CSP method, conscious self-programming. So throughout your day, I really, really encourage you to do this. I really encourage you to just gently begin tapping your face. And as you're gently tapping your face, you're really just like dropping into the narrative that you want to create. So the narrative like that you want to be able to create in this would be like, you know, like I am inspired, I am empowered, I am activated, I am showing up with purpose, I am creating momentum, I am achieving great things every single day, I am bringing more compassion into my heart, I am expanding my awareness, I am showing up in service. So as you tap this into your body, it's like literally encoding it like into your physical system. So just take a few moments here. And again, for anybody who's just joining on the fly, thank you guys again. Again, for those of you who are like joining on the regular, huge bonus points to you. So let's just take a few moments, shake it out. Let's just connect with our breath. And then we're going to move into the next part where we're going to be standing up. And as I'm just shaking here, I'll just explain to you. So one of the things that we do on Wednesday, I forgot to activate my light guardian crystal. There, did you feel it? Cool. One of the things that we practice on Wednesday, because we kind of have like a routine when we do this, when we show up, and each day is a little bit different. One of the things that we practice on Wednesday is self-love through like body image. And part of the ways how we do this is that we actually encourage and invite people to be able to practice the next part of the practice shirtless. Now, this is completely optional. It is by no means mandatory, and shirtless can literally just mean, you know, if you're like wearing a bra, that's still totally cool. Whatever is fully comfortable for you is fully optional. Again, like obviously like this is a chance that the intention here is less to do with like, hey guys, let's like take off our shirts and I don't know, right? Like people would be like, whatever. The purpose here is to be able to invite each of us to really be able to connect with our body in a healthy way, in an empowered way, in an inspired way, and to really be able to have that space for ourselves. Because sometimes I know we can be hard on ourselves. We can be hard on ourselves, and we can be like, oh, you know, like, oh, I got like this weird little thing going on here, and I want this to be a little bit more this way. But really, really honoring the fact that our body already is incredibly beautiful, is incredibly special, is incredibly amazing, and incredibly unique. And it literally is like this temple in this vehicle for our soul to be able to move through. And our body is like literally, again, it's like this like Cadillac of the universe. Like you're incredibly gifted just to be able to have this body. So what we're going to do in the next little bit, of course I'll lead by example, is I'll invite you to be able to practice the next part of the practice shirtless, and then we'll start standing up, and then we're going to be getting into like a bit of our flow movement, and then we'll be dropping into our chakra practice meditation. So again, just kind of like gently putting your hands on your heart. Let's just drop in here before we're even taking off your shirt. And again, it's fully optional, right? Like, even if you notice a part of yourself where you're just like, yeah, you know, I don't know, like, that's okay. Like, it's your space. It's your practice. I'm holding space for this because I know it's important. Because I know like being able to love our body in all our forms is incredibly, incredibly important. And this can mean like it doesn't mean like seeing it in a sexualized way, but at the same time, I totally invite you to recognize the fact that you already are inherently sexy. You are inherently beautiful. You know, like sexy can mean many different things. Your confidence is sexy. Your ability to be vulnerable is sexy. Your ability to grow and expand is sexy. So you are that. So really allow yourself to see that. And if you're standing in front of a mirror, you know, allow this to be a very powerful practice for you and something that you can practice more often than not. So gently just putting your hands on your head, hands on your head. You put your hands on your head and your hands on your shoulder and your hands on your heart. What is this, like Skidamarinky Dinky Doo? I think that's what that song is. Skidamarinky Dinky Doo. I love you. Sheriff Lois and Bran. Did anybody else watch that show? I don't think that was a Canadian show. I think it was, I'm surely other people in the world must have watched it. Anyways, thank you again, everyone, for joining in. Again, let's just drop into our heart here. So, straightening up your spine, relaxing your face, loving your body in this moment, loving yourself, loving your vehicle, loving the fact that you keep showing up. Allowing yourself to just shift into this place of gratitude, relaxing your face, gentle inhales, exhales through the nose or the mouth. By showing up to this practice, you are earning more experience points. You are leveling yourself up. Plus 10 confidence by the end of this broadcast. Plus 11 alignment as well. It's a very powerful idea. I'll just share with you in this space, and as you just have your hands on your heart, just allow yourself to really listen here. With all the information that is available in today's day and age, many of us have been on this spiritual journey for quite some time. Many of us are still new to many aspects of the journey, and that's okay. For those of us who have maybe even just been diving into the metaphysical realms, the topics, the discussions for the past 6 months and beyond, I want you to acknowledge that you have so much information, and what you actually need is less about seeking more information and more about putting it into practice. You could even have just a very small piece of information, but that small piece of information is more beneficial when put into practice opposed to thousands and thousands of hours of information that you do not put into practice. And so maybe if this is your first time showing up for this broadcast, or maybe you've just recently been tuning in, maybe you're new to this, being able to implement this into your practice, into your physical embodiment is huge, is so valuable. Ideas are one thing, but to embody it, to actualize it, to realize it, to bring it into your practice, physically, emotionally, through action, through routine, through consistency. Just want to acknowledge that again. I'm super grateful for you for showing up to this work. We could talk about this stuff for hours and hours in podcasts, but at the end of the day, what we need to do is to embody it. And so that is what we are doing here. We are embodying this. So breathe into your heart, fill your cup with peace. Allow this to be the moment of your day where you fill your cup with peace, so that throughout the rest of your day, you'll move through it with more clarity, with more compassion, with more inspiration, with more grace, with more synchronicity. Feel that. Even just visualizing white light just entering in through your crown, or even just visualizing a white light expanding from your heart. This is a very, very powerful esoteric secret. This is one of the illusions that eventually we come to realize, is that when we walk around our day-to-day life, it looks like we are quote-unquote physical beings. And yes, we are. But we're more than that. The hidden truth is the fact that we literally, very, very literally, are beings of light. Very literally, if you could see with the filters pulled back, you would look at each other and you would see that you literally are a luminous being. Crude matter we are not. Luminous beings we are. As Yoda would say, right? Or technically he says, luminous beings we are, not this crude matter. I believe that's the quote. And did you know that the word Yoda is Sanskrit for warrior? Did you know that? And so, allow each other to be Yodas. Allow us to be sacred warriors. And a warrior is only as strong as their practice. So allow us to practice showing up. To practice becoming the light guardians we are. To activate that archetype within us. The sacred archetype of the light guardian. Those of us who rise as the shadow looms. To be a very, very important part of this bigger dance. So I see you showing up here, not just for yourself, but for the bigger story. And so that is why this practice is important, because it goes beyond you. It goes beyond this moment. It helps you embody yourself as a leader so that you can show up for others, so that you can remind them of the luminous light that they are. The luminous light. It's redundant, but it's beautiful though. Take a couple more breaths here. Deep, gentle inhales through the heart. Big exhales. Feel that warrior strength. Lift your chest. Release your hands from your heart. Put your arms down to your side. Lift your chest. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. All right, you're feeling awesome. You're feeling activated. Again, we're creating momentum that we are carrying through us throughout the day. Again, props to everyone who has been riding this wave that we are creating together. The waves of, again, saving cannabis for the weekend, cultivating sexual energy, practicing our temperance, recording our dreams, creating our art, leading in our communities, leading online, sending out those waves, holding space for each other. That's it, man. Like, that's it. That's so huge. And of course, working on ourselves and loving ourselves. So, for this next part of the practice, again, what I want to be able to do, if you haven't yet, you're going to want an object and a stick. This object is going to be a part of your flow practice, and so is the stick. And we're going to be doing that, and we're going to be standing up in the next minute. Before we get there, and that object, honestly, it could be a ball of socks. Like, it could be a sock ball. Like, seriously, whatever you want it to be. Before we get there, again, on Wednesday, a regular thing that we do, I'm just reiterating because there's people who are just tuning in on the fly. What we do is we practice a part of our routine shirtless. This is fully optional. The intention behind this is to be able to practice self-love. This has nothing to do with like the fact that like, hey guys, like we're shirtless and we're showing off or whatever. I mean, there's nothing wrong with showing off. Show off the fact that all of us are beautiful. I want you to show off to yourself. I want you to remind yourself of how beautiful you are. So in this next part of the practice, I'll take off my shirt. I invite you to, if you're comfortable, take off your shirt. Even if you're not a bit comfortable, I invite you to be able to move through that. Whatever you choose is totally cool with you. And again, shirtless can still mean like keeping your bra on and everything like that. So whatever works for you. Yes, like getting into our skin suits and everything like that. So with that said, we've activated our heart. We'll do that. We'll just take a couple more breaths. We'll love our body, and then we're going to stand up, and we're going to be doing some more flow, and then we'll get into our chakra practice meditation. So with that said, let me just make sure that my pants are on properly. Okay, cool. All right, so watch as I don't make this a big deal, and I invite you to be able to take off your shirt as well. And honestly, you can make it like a ceremony. You can make it like a bit of a ceremony and stuff. Again, this is just like, think of us like taking off our shirt in the same way we would be at a yoga class. You know, if you're in like hot yoga class, there's the option to be able to take off your shirt. And if you're at the beach, there's the option to take off your shirt. And imagine you're just like outside. Honestly, if you can do this broadcast outside, the more you can get outside, the more you can get like sun on your body. So important. So as we're just sitting here, before we begin standing up, again, I just want you to gently just kind of like connect with your body, look in the mirror here. I want you to send some love to your tum-tum. Again, like so many of us are just like, oh, I have my tum-tum. But seriously, like we need to love our tum-tum. I just like the word tum-tum because it reminds me of little ninjas. Three ninjas. Three little ninjas. Three Ninjas. That's what that movie's called. So to send a little bit of love to your tum-tum, just acknowledge, look at yourself in the mirror, and again, kind of like see yourself as like the sacred warrior that you are, like standing on this like battlefield of consciousness, constantly expanding, constantly dancing. The warrior who is also the artist, the heartist. Very, very important. So just take a moment here, and if you want to just close your eyes, feel your skin, feel your body. Like maybe when you had your clothes on with your shirt on for a second, you weren't as aware of what your skin felt like. So realize that your skin is like the biggest organ in your body. And with your eyes closed, become aware of the skin making contact with the air. And then if you can imagine this, just like imagine that like you're becoming aware of not just your skin, but actually the field around your body. And really just take a moment here to talk to yourself. If you're looking in the mirror, that's fine. You can eye gaze with yourself. Really just like communicate with yourself. Just like, you are beautiful. You are sacred. You are amazing. You are perfect. You're constantly growing. You're constantly refining. You're constantly purifying. I thank you for honoring your spaceship, for taking care of your spaceship by showing up, for taking care of your temple, to allow yourself to experience the gift of this body, the privilege that you have to be able to experience this realm through your senses. Again, remind yourself that there are literally other entities, disincarnated entities, who envy, deeply, deeply envy the fact that you have a physical body. And maybe envy isn't the right word, but again, they would love to be able to have a physical body. So think about the investment that you have made to be here right now as a soul. How much it takes for you to grow. Like, oh, what's that? You want to experience what it's like to be a 30-something or 20-something or 40 or 50-something-year-old person here on Earth? Okay, well, that means you literally have to grow. You have to be the seed that grows in the garden. You have invested in yourself. Acknowledge that. See yourself as your garden. See yourself as your own investment. See yourself that you are something that you as a soul have literally committed to. So again, just take a moment here, and if you want to open your eyes back up again, really just honoring the fact. Even just like putting a little like tapping into your body. Yeah, you can do like a little like chest pounding. As you're doing that, just like activating the body. Get those like somatic movements in there. And then we're going to stand up in a second, and then we're going to start moving into a bit of our flow practice. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. You guys are super, 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 super appreciate you guys being here. Again, this is not just for us. This is for us as a team. This is about the bigger us. So I'm inviting you to stand up if you are comfortable. You do not have to stand up. Whatever is most viable for you is totally cool. Again, if you're like someone who prefers to be sitting down, or if sitting down is the primary choice for you, then absolutely you can do that as well. And so what we're going to do here, I want to invite you to be able to grab your object. So your object would be some sort of ball type thing. So right now I'm using a pine cone. And what we're going to do, I want to be able to invite you to begin bringing movement into your body and really allowing yourself to find dynamic ranges, and then using the object to begin gently tossing it and catching it. And just finding, similar to what we were doing before with like the flow when we were doing like the hand things, you can even incorporate some of that. I want you to kind of like imagine that like you're doing your Shaolin monk training, and you're using this ball, you're using this object to just kind of be like the focal point of your energy. Like the ball is kind of like a ball of energy in itself. So you're just moving it around, and we're just going to be doing this for a bit, really allowing yourself to even just work with gravity. So just like even here as you're standing up, feel what it's like to just kind of like let the weight of your body just kind of like gently hang down. Be very gentle with your back. If you're doing any sort of back bends, don't overextend yourself. And again, just constantly find a state of movement. So allow yourself to constantly be like in a state of flow, in a state of just constant intuitive movements. And then as you do this again, you can just kind of like imagine yourself. You start to feel your body activate. If you start working up a sweat here, then like that's kind of like what you're going for. So again, you can just really begin doing all sorts of movements here and begin testing yourself. So that means like tossing the object up in the air and intuitively being able to catch it will increasingly make it a little bit more challenging for you. So like one of the things you can do, you can kind of like toss it, you can kind of like toss it up, and then you can kind of do like a Bruce Lee punch where you're like, whoa! And you kind of like grab it like that. So you'd be like tossing it up, be like, whoa! And you're not always going to get it, but like that's kind of the point. Is that, again, with this, the primary element that you're bringing into this is the element of play. So like when you ask like a kid who's in like grade 5 or grade 4 or something like that, you ask them like, what's your favorite thing about going to school? They'll be like, recess, you know, and why? Because of the play. So give yourself this moment where you're just like playing. You're just not only just like moving, but dancing. Make this into a dance for yourself. Allow yourself to just like get into this, like move your body. And pull up your pants for goodness sake. Sweet, so just constantly moving with this, adding dynamics of speed, finding that flow, tossing it behind your back, challenging yourself in ways where you notice you're not actually like overthinking it. You notice that when you get into this flow, you allow yourself to just like intuitively kind of like be able to like follow the movements of your body. So think less, feel more. Remember to connect with your breath. So bringing yourself back to center if you wish. Even just as you've moved, just for the last couple minutes, how does your body feel? How does your body feel right now? Do you feel yourself like being like a little bit more activated? Do you feel like the heat in your body? Good. We'll do that for just like one more minute. And then we're going to switch to our staff object. Again, that can be like a stick. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. If you got like a lightsaber or anything like that, absolutely. All right. And if you don't have a ball object, absolutely. You can skip right to the stick, right? Any sort of flow movement. So again, just kind of doing this, and you're just bringing yourself into these dynamic motions, right? Like how often are we moving? We're just moving in like lateral planes. Bring that movement of like that 360 dynamic range. Oh, feel that stretch. Feel that flow. Even bringing like the symmetry into your body. Similar to what we did with the hands, you can kind of like notice that you can kind of like do that with your entire arms, your entire body. And even if you want to, like bringing in like any sort of leg postures, again, challenge yourself. If you want to like do this while tossing the ball and just kind of like increasing the dynamics of your exercise, by all means, do that. Can you balance on one leg while tossing the ball and narrating a live broadcast? Apparently I can. So keep practicing this. Keep getting into that dynamic range. 10 more seconds. 10, and then we'll switch to the staff object. 10, 9, 8, 7. Try it with your eyes closed. 6. Whoops. 5. Use your third eye. This is like third eye vision test. One more time. Close. There we go. There we go. Well, that's easy if I'm doing it that way. That's too easy. Yay, I did it. Okay, cool. So you can practice that too. All right, switching into the staff. For those of you who are just joining in on the fly, again, if you wish to practice shirtless, it is totally optional. The reason why we're practicing shirtless is because this is about inviting you to be able to connect with your body, with your vehicle, and everything like that. So, next thing you want to do, you want to grab a stick. A little bit of homework assignment for you. I want to be able to encourage you to go out into the woods, to find yourself a stick, and to do this out in the woods, even if it's like literally just you, like by yourself. Like that's what I was doing on the weekend. I just like went out into the woods, I found this stick, and then I ended up keeping it. And seriously, I like brought it to a party that evening, and people were just like, whoa, like dude, where did you get that stick? Like sweet stick. Like they were complimenting my stick as if no one's seen someone walk around with a stick before. So basically, part of my plan is I'm actually just gonna like start like selling sticks. Like I'm just gonna like find the best sticks. I'm gonna start selling them. These are gonna be like the new fidget spinner. Just you wait, but they'll be around forever. I'm half joking there. Okay, so again, using a stick, I want you to begin moving, but I want you to begin moving at like 70% speed. And I want you to start off just by doing this. So, notice what I'm doing here. So this is very simple movement. You're basically drawing a figure eight with the tip or like the top of your hand. So that goes down, around, down, around, down, around, down. And then you can kind of do this, and again, just kind of begin moving in a way that feels good for you, and begin moving into other movements, putting any sort of twist into your fingers. Again, if you have any sort of object, it can be a broomstick, it can be bigger than a stick. What other objects are stick-like that are commonly found in households? It can be like a duster, I guess, I don't know, maybe. So keep doing that, and then again, just allowing yourself to get more dynamic with this. And again, just kind of like imagine that this is like this is like your ninja training. This is like waking up with Wolf ninja training, essentially, right? So keep moving here, and again, bring your legs into it. Bring your speed into it while still maintaining control. Find that edge where it's like speed without losing control. And even just like looking at yourself in the mirror here, like, damn, look how badass you look, right? Like, seriously, I was spinning my stick while skateboarding around town. Like, it was fun. So I encourage you to try that too. So again, just like moving that here. And I'm going to switch over to my lightsaber in a second. But again, one thing you can do is, again, kind of like what you're doing with the object. Toss it up, catch. Toss it up, catch. Toss it up, catch. And it's just the movement. Again, this is an exercise for you. Feel what your body feels like. Feel the innate connection with the stick. Allow the stick to be an extension of your body, and allow yourself to get to the point where, like I said, it becomes effortless. Like, you actually don't overthink it. You're actually just like in this moment, whoa, sorry there, where you're like thinking less, feeling more. And this is actually a way to transcend space-time. When you get into a perfect flow state, not perfect, when you get into a flow state, what you'll notice is that you'll be arriving where you need to be without having to like think about where you're going. Your body will actually know like what it needs to do. Like right here, like am I thinking about like where I'm moving my hands? No, but my hands have an intelligence in themselves. My body has an intelligence from a non-linear perspective that allows me to show up where I need to be. Now take that same concept and apply it to entire life. Consider this like your everyday actions. And when you allow yourself to practice that flow state, when you allow yourself to find your edges, you allow yourself to move into that place where you'll show up exactly where you need to be, intuitively. So, let's see, red or purple? Go with purple today. So for me, again, I'm just going to be using my lightsaber because I enjoy using my lightsaber. But if anybody else has a lightsaber, they're more than welcome to use it as well. And again, the reason why I work with a lightsaber is because I work with my mind. I carry the sword because I carry my mind. Like this sword, the lightsaber, any sort of blade, see it as a symbol of your power. So when you hold your sword, when you hold your lightsaber, you are holding your power. You are holding it with intention. You are striking with purpose. You are finding flow in a way that is intuitive. Ooh, I can feel myself starting to sweat. I just felt like that first bead dropping. If you guys are sweating here, please feel free to let me know. And again, keep this up. We're just going to go for a few more moments, and then we're going to drop into our chakra practice meditation, get some water. So again, just practicing flowing here. Close your eyes if you want to. Drop it down to like 70% speed. Be graceful. Imagine you're like a ballerina on stage, and you're just kind of like in a way that's very flowy, yet very artistic. Expanding the horizons of your movement. And even for like those of you who are like, you know, maybe really dialed into your divine masculine, allow this to be a way to kind of like find that union of masculine and feminine where you're like both like strong, but at the same time you're also just like very like fluid and intuitive. And again, artistic, like almost like a ballerina, like a dancer. Like all of us should be dancers. So again, just moving your body, feeling those dynamic ranges, feeling that stretch. And at the same time, even just like looking at yourself in the mirror, you're just like, yes, like I feel powerful. Like look how strong I am. Like stuff like that, right? Tell yourself that. Be like, yes, like I see the warrior archetype within me. So let's practice this just for one more minute. slow it down, begin bringing yourself into the conclusion of this part of your practice. Breathe here. Notice any sweat dripping off you. I've definitely been working up a sweat. This is like, again, like I woke up at 7 a.m. today and already did one workout, 15-minute workout. So for me here, this is like a bonus workout, but it's great. It's great. This is what you need. This is like literally what your body needs. You're going to do this, and afterwards your body's going to be like, thank you. Thank you. And especially if you're going to bed, you'll be like, oh, sweet, now my body's nice and ready to go to bed. So 30 more seconds. Continuing to move whatever object you have. Moving it with intention, seeing it as an extension of your body, expanding your awareness into the object. All is self, therefore the object you're holding, the stick, the lightsaber, it becomes you. It becomes an extension of you as you wield it. 10 seconds. Bring it back to the breath. Close it off here. Slow down, bring yourself into stillness. Gentle inhales. Gentle exhales. Beautiful. When you're ready, gently bring yourself back to seated position or in whatever way you're most comfortable. If you got an exercise ball, that's cool. If you don't have an exercise ball, that's okay too. Again, thank you everyone so much for being here, for joining, for being a part of this practice. Get some water, take a break, observe how you're feeling right now. Awesome. So we'll move into the chakra practice meditation next. Again, a huge shout out to those of you who've been practicing the chakra practice meditation on the regular. Again, like doing it once, that's great. Doing it consistently, you'll begin to notice, like I said, you'll get more in tune with your creative abilities, with your intuition, with your ability to be able to show up, with your ability to be able to create momentum, to share inspiration. So that's why we practice this. And again, the chakras in themselves, they can be thought of as organs for a multidimensional being. We have our physical body, then we have our astral body, our etheric body, and our mental body. And so the chakras are like organs for the astral and the etheric body. And that is why we can't measure them with a scalpel, but they very much are here. They very much are real. And you can think of them as portals of energy that, again, receive and transmit information from beyond the present moment. So in the same way we talk about this, we're becoming more aware of this. Like when you send out a good vibe, right? Like that's like literally sending out a wave. It's like sending out a pulse. It can change the environment of something. Social alchemists. That's happening like through your heart chakra. In the same way you receive information too, and you receive it from beyond the present moment. This is where you start getting the intuition and the inspiration, the idea of like, oh, I should go to this thing, or I should follow this path, or I should apply for that, or I should create this. That's like your future self whispering to you. And so the more that you can get in tune with that, the more you can function as a multidimensional being in a practical way. Like in a practical way. Like that's the thing. Like this is like, 5th D awareness in a 3D body. That's kind of the thing here. So we'll move into that, and just before we move into that, I just want to be able to, again, not only thank everyone here, but to remind everyone that their support in all forms is equally appreciated. So if you've been tuning into these broadcasts, reminder to be sure to check out the team Patreon and sign up to support when you can. Again, it's just, think of this as like a pay what you wish community class with like a little donation box. So us being able to do this, us being able to show up together here as a team is made possible because of the monthly micro donations made by community members. So check out patreon.com/Brendan Culton. When you do that, you can get your 25% discount code for items at questitemshop.com, including the Light Guardian Crystal, the shift buttons, and other stuff. And also, when you sign up for the Team Patreon, you're also going to be entered into a raffle draw for lightsaber giveaways that we're going to be doing once we reach 200 supporters on Team Patreon, and we are currently at about 115. So help us reach that goal. Our next milestone is 125 by the end of the week. So thank you again, everyone, for your support. You can donate $3, $5, $50, whatever works for you. It is all equally appreciated. So thank you again for showing up. And a reminder, check out more at ParadigmShiftCentral.com, not only to apply for the core team if you want to go deeper, but also if you want to be able to work with me for my monthly coaching as an activation coach to be able to help you like get more inspired and to really be able to connect on a deeper level. send me a message about that. I only have a few spots left available because I can only take on so many people at once. So if that's something where you're enjoying these broadcasts and you want to go deeper and you want to not only support and invest in yourself, but also support me in the community, send me a message about the monthly private coaching, or again, go to paradigmshiftcentral.com and follow the signal. Cool. Thank you for allowing me to explain that. That's really important because it helps support us in doing that. This broadcast has been brought to you by Paradigm Shift, where we have our own advertisements within our stuff. So, obviously. Okay, cool. Let's move into a chakra practice meditation. How is your body feeling right now? Get a little bit more water if you need it. And again, I'm really inviting you to go out there in nature. Look for some object like a pine cone or a stick. Bring it back with you. Turn it into a part of your practice. Carry it with you. Develop a relationship with it. So thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Let's just connect with our breath and then we'll move right into the chakra practice meditation. Just allowing yourselves to relax the shoulders, straighten up your spine. Become extra aware of your body right now. Not only your skin, but your breath, your heartbeat, the field. Almost feeling like a bit of electricity in the air right now. Stillness, silence. The silence has something to say to you. What does it say to you? Listen. Beautiful. When I go silent, I can hear the birds outside singing. So I hear the birds speaking. I hear the birds celebrating. I hear the fact that the birds are grateful every single day. Be like the birds. Beautiful. Let's move into our chakra practice meditation. You guys are doing wonderful. Thank you again. Let's start off with the brow chakra. Brow chakra is the vowel I, pronounced as in ski. The sound is E. Each chakra that we move through from brow to root, focusing on the virtue, focusing on the faculty, focusing on the sound, focusing on the image. Visualizing a little bit of color, a little bit of a pulsating portal opening here. And again, not just opening, but balancing, creating that place where it is nice and balanced is very, very important. So for anybody who's like literally just joining in on the spot, thank you. And we're going to get right into a chakra practice meditation. So again, starting with the brow chakra, the faculty for this is the faculty of clairvoyance. Again, this is about being able to activate your imagination. We're going to be doing more imagination visualizations as we go. But if you do want to check out like a bunch of awesome visual meditations, go to paradigmshiftcentral.com/meditations or just send me a DM. And this is also about the virtue of serenity. So let's just drop into that serenity. Serenity being peace, tranquility. That vibration of serenity. Feel it. Bring it into your being right now. Give yourself that gift. Gentle inhale, exhale through your mouth. Get a nice big oxygen flow going. Big inhale, exhale on your own. Deep inhale together, the sound E. Again, inhale. Embody serenity. Inhale. Keep your eyes closed here. I want to just do a really, really quick micro exercise. Put your hands where you need to. I know I have them on my chest. You can put them where you need to, where you wish. As your eyes are here, I want to be able to just remind you how powerful your imagination is. As we grow into adults, sometimes we forget to use our imagination. And like a muscle, we need to be able to develop it. So I want you to remember that you can actually use your imagination to connect with your senses internally. within these worlds. As you imagine, you're literally stepping into the worlds within you. So right now, I want you to focus on sensations. We're just going to do this very, very quick. I want you to be able to imagine yourself right now standing on the beach just before the water is about to roll in over your feet. So I want you to be standing in wet sand with your toes in the sand. The water hasn't touched them yet. Just feel that sand. And visualize this within your mind, within your imagination. Feel this and bring the sensation of it to the forefront of your thoughts. So what does this texture feel like? You can feel the coolness of the sand. You can feel the slight grain of all the sand together. You can wiggle your toes. You can feel that mushiness between your toes. How real can you make this feel right now? This is just a practice. How real can you make this feel right now? And now imagine that water is about to roll in over the top of your feet in 3, 2, 1. You feel it wrap around the backs of your ankles, then it gently rolls out again. You feel the water underneath your feet as they dig into the sand. Then the water is going to roll in again in 3, 2, 1. Again, as you do this, your purpose, your objective here is to make this feel as real as possible. To the point where like your brain's like, whoa, like what? Like I can feel that? Like what is going on? Like there's sensations in my imagination? And now I want you to imagine, this is just the last part and then we're just going to skip this, but practice this more on your own, that you're standing here on the beach and you have a glass of pineapple juice. Very, very particular taste, if you know what it tastes like. And take a sip of that pineapple juice. Bring that, like, it's like, the sensation is like running a program in your mind. Pineapplejuice.exe. Run that program. Taste it. Yummy. Can you taste that? Can you feel that? Weird, right? Cool. That's all we're just going to do for now. But again, I just want to be able to do that to be able to get us into that habit of like realizing that through our senses and our imagination, we can actually evoke very real experiences. And when you get into deeper states of meditation, this is something that becomes very, very valuable. Because essentially, you can open your eyes here, essentially, if you can imagine yourself feeling something, if you can imagine yourself experiencing something, if your soul can still learn from it, then that in itself like makes it real. Like that's the thing, right? Like people ask, like, are dreams real? Well, my question to you is like, can you learn from it? If the soul can learn from it, then that in itself like makes it meaningful. It like makes it real. Okay, cool. All right, let's move into the throat chakra. But again, go back and practice that later. Just like practice running through like different things you can imagine. Like imagine different textures. Literally just as practice. Just take like 5 minutes and just like imagine what grass feels like. Imagine what a basketball feels like. Imagine what pineapple, like pie tastes like. Imagine what the sun feels like. And then the next thing, I'll just plant this seed. Imagine what the sun feels like inside of you. Imagine there's like a sun on the inside of you. And then that actually is like connecting what's actually there. Like there actually is a sun inside of you, inside your heart, so to speak. Okay, moving into the throat chakra, we'll keep moving through this and we'll get wrapped up. We only got less than 10 minutes, so we're going to kind of move through this a little bit faster. Throat chakra, the vowel is E, pronounced as in way. The sound is A. Again, focusing on the virtue of justness, speaking our truth, words creating worlds, speaking with intention, speaking with purpose, speaking with compassion. So, moving into the throat chakra, and the virtue, or the faculty is also clairaudience. So in the same way we speak, we can also learn to listen. This holders of our ancestors. So, deep, gentle inhale, exhale through your mouth. Exhale. Deep inhale together, the sound is A. A. Deep inhale. One more, inhale. Beautiful. Moving right into our heart chakra. Heart chakra, the vowel is O, pronounced as in snow. The sound is O. Focusing on compassion, balanced heart chakra, healthy boundaries for ourselves, very, very important. And also the virtue of, again, inspiration, compassion. So hands gently on the heart. As you do this, imagine you're just kind of like seeing this visual imagery of this pulsating light emerging from your chest, sending out this wave of love and compassion. Gentle inhale, exhale through your mouth. Deep inhale together. The sound O. O. Together again. Inhale. O. Once more, focus on compassion. Beautiful. Moving into our pulmonary chakras focusing on the ultra memory, our connection with our ancestors. Again, when you visualize this, someone sent me a message yesterday just kind of like talking about how much they appreciate the visualization of like imagining your ancestors putting their hands on your shoulders from behind. Such a powerful imagery. I agree. So give yourself a gentle massage on the pulmonaries. Again, if you have not become familiar with these, definitely become more familiar with them, even just by gently massaging them, opening them up, and knowing that your ancestors love you, deeply love you, and want the best for you, and are constantly encouraging you and cheering you on. And they're very much with you. They are not separate from you. Always with you. So really feel that. Oh, looks like we just lost the feed on Facebook. Sorry, Facebook. That's okay. Thank you, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch. All right, let's move forward. So, vowel is A. The sound is ah, pronounced as in ah. So give yourself a gentle massage there. You may notice it's super tender. Give yourself more massage later. Straighten up your spine. Visualize in this moment your ancestors behind you placing their hands on your shoulder. Feel that. Gentle inhale, exhale through your mouth. Gratitude and strength of your ancestors. Deep inhale. Sound awe. Again, inhale. Imagine you putting the hand on your future generation. Inhale. Let's take one more breath here. Really just allow yourself to express gratitude for your ancestors and your future children, your future grandchildren, your future self. Receiving the guidance from your ancestors, but also your higher self, the ultra memory, beyond the lineage of just the physical timeline. You are guided, you are seen, you are assisted. This journey is not just you alone. Moving into the solar chakra. All right, awesome. Thank you for those of you jumping in from the Facebook live feed. I'm glad you guys got the flow for that. Moving into the solar chakra. Solar chakra is a vowel U, pronounced as in blue. Sound is U. Again, we got less than 5 minutes, so we're just going to move through this really quick. But again, focusing on the virtue of temperance, focusing on the virtue of willpower. So if you've been practicing your willpower this week, acknowledge that. Acknowledge how that is feeling. Acknowledge how your sword is becoming sharper. Your sword is becoming more ready to be able to cut the head off the serpent snake before it comes up and ensnares you, right? Like that is what your vices do. But again, the snake is like that is what your vices do. But again, the snake is not the enemy. The snake is teaching you how to use your sword. The snake is just a symbol, right? So you are that snake in the same way. So any of your virtues, any of your vices are stones to sharpen the blade of your sword, of your willpower. So hands on your solar chakra. You are strong. You are empowered. You are a person. You are the solar hero of your journey. You are the light guardian. Hands gently on your solar chakra. Close your eyes. Inhale, exhale through your mouth. Deep inhale together. The sound U. Again, relax. Inhale. Inhale again. Beautiful. Moving into our sacral chakra, the sacral chakra focusing on the cultivation of our sexual energies. Huge, huge shout out for all of you who are practicing that, balancing a healthy relationship with your sexual energy. Super, super important. And again, this energy is creative life force energy. It's the same energy that created the Big Bang and everything like that. So we use that energy, we draw it up, move it through our body, activate our homo luminous form, and use it for our creative purposes, for our intention, for our momentum. Only got 3 minutes left, so apologies, but we're just going to move through this. Focusing on that, the vowel is M, the sound is mm. Hands gently on your sacral chakra. Deep inhale, exhale on your own. Deep inhale again. The sound Again, relax. Inhale again, gent clench of the Kegel, that muscle, the pump down at the bottom. Draw the energy up. Inhale. Beautiful. Moving right into our root chakra, finishing off with patience. Again, only got 2 minutes, so we're moving right into this. Acknowledging, building the bridge, heaven to earth, connection, roots above, roots below, full strength, embody. You are the light bridge, you are the light warrior, you are the light guardian, the rainbow bridge. Inhale, exhale, the sound is sss, like the snake rising of the serpent, sizzling of the fire. Deep inhale, exhale together. Deep inhale. The sound s, s. Inhale again, patience. One more, relax, purpose. Take another breath here, just concluding this off. Sorry, Instagram, I think we lost it there for a second. We're back though. So just finishing this off, take another breath here. I'm just going to finish with an eye gazing. We only just got 90 seconds. So thank you everyone again for being here. Thank you everyone again for helping make it more clear for others to see that which has always been, the power and the potential that we have to share as waves within the sea, the ripples we make, the difference we bring, knowing that this is the truth within everything, that all is self, that all is love, and that we are here to be the bridge from below to above. Awesome. Thank you everyone again for being here. This has been Waking Up with Wolf. Get in a little wolf howl before the broadcast ends. A reminder, if you're watching this on Instagram, for some reason it's not saving to my stories, but if you check out my highlights, you can click that and swipe up, and that will take you to the playlist, because the recordings are always on YouTube, so be sure to check them out there as well. Be sure to check out more at paradigmshiftcentral.com and sign up for the team Patreon when you can. Again, just a few dollars a month goes a huge way. Every single drop makes a big difference. And if you do want to be able to, oh, did we lose the Instagram? And if you do want to be able to access me for, oh, okay, I guess the Instagram's over. All right, so nonetheless, for those of you on YouTube, reminder that you can contact me on Instagram would be the best place to do it, or on Facebook, to be able to access me for monthly coaching and to be able to invest in yourself on that level, and your support in any way is greatly, 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 greatly appreciated. Stay tuned. We got lots of awesome stuff coming your way, more through the Paradigm Shift Central project. Go explore the website if you haven't yet. Share this broadcast with your friends. Comment down below. Smash that like button. And tune in again for tomorrow as we continue this practice. Go out there, kick some butt. Spread that compassion. Spread that creativity. Shift those paradigms. Until next time, I will see you in the future. This has been Wolf. Much love, peace, and hope.